Hello everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In today's video lesson, I'm going to be playing with some fluid acrylics and I'm going to be doing some rubbing and all that stuff. So it's basically a book of backgrounds where I'm doing some experimenting, and I've been doing a lot of experimenting with metallics. That's probably going to be my theme, not just for painting, but also for my home decor stuff, is starting to bring in some metallics. I'm also, even with my jewelry, I'm mixing a lot of metals. So, yeah, so I'm just, it's a phase. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get out of it. But anyways, on the table, what I have here is I've got 140-pound watercolor paper, and I'm going to be, let me just talk about these. So I'm going to be using DecoArt Media White Gesso to prime the paper, and I'm going to be using the DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics Phthalo Blue, Quinacridone Burnt Orange, Quinacridone Magenta, Phthalo Green Blue, and the metallic I'm working with today is DecoArt's Dazzling Metallic Worn Penny. So I'm going to be trying something, you know, and I'm looking at these colors. Do you know what all these have in common? The phthalo and the quinacridones? That I always get them all over me. All the time. The phthalos and the quinacridones end up on me. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is going to prep this with some gesso. So I have the gesso out here. This is the thicker gesso. And I've got a blog post on what that means about taking the DecoArt Media Gesso and thickening it up a little bit. And if you don't want to go through that process, you can just use the gesso out of the tube, which is really thick. This helps build some texture, which is nice when you're dragging color, dragging your paint across. Oh, this is really nice. When you're dragging the color across. The only downfall is that this stuff takes a little bit longer to dry. And you also want to use a long, flat palette knife so you don't get any hard edges, unless that's what you're looking for. Oh, so see right here? That's a hard edge right there because the knife I put on, it went on the wrong angle. Oh, I'm trying to keep these videos super short. Trying to keep them at 15 minutes and under, so to get you guys creating more instead of spending so much time watching videos, which is kind of counterproductive to me doing the videos. But anyways, yeah, so just doing that. So magic of video, I have one already prepared. So you do a whole bunch of these, you let them dry, that way you have something ready to work on. Just to show you the texture on this one. You go, oh, look at the little blobby there. And you probably can't see, there's a little footprint right here. Kitty cat meow meow jumped on here. That one's going to be an interesting one. How I'm going to work around that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this with metallics first. I'm going to take the worn penny and I'm going to paint that first. Oh, I love this, but look at the texture that's picking up. It's picking up all that texture. Now this I will likely do 2 coats. It all depends when I'm finished, if I've got the effect that I want. What you don't want to do, well, okay, not that you don't want to do it, because there are no rules and basically you do what you want. As long as it makes you happy, do what you want. Is you don't want to put the paint on so thick that it's going to actually cover up all the texture. So nice thin layers. So it'd be better for you to do a thin layer, multiple thin layers versus a heavy layer, unless you're doing a heavy layer for a reason. So yeah, I'm going to do another layer. Let me just quickly dry this. And when you've done drying it, make sure that you let it come to room temperature so you're not painting on hot paper. It's still keeping all the texture in there. I love that. The other one, the one that I did at the beginning of the video, that one's going to have a little bit more texture. You want to make your artwork unique, pop your fingerprint in there. You know how much artwork I have? Chaos's paw print is in there. I had one with Harley's nose about a month before he passed away. Oh, it was a commission. But the person I was doing it for always played with Harley when she came over, so she said, nope, you got to leave that in there. He did it while she was there. It was so funny. Alrighty. Look at that texture. Oh, I missed some spots in the middle, so I'm going to dry that. See the white spots here? Because when I'm looking at it here, what I see is that. On my angle, I'm seeing that. You're seeing that. I'm looking at this now. So I'm going to dry that, put another layer. Just waiting for that to come to room temperature. Make sure you don't paint on a hot surface. Okay. I'm going to need some dry paper towel. I'm using Viva paper towels. I have my coffee over there waiting. I think it's cold. A clean baby wipe. All right, so the first thing I want to do is when I'm looking at with what I'm doing, again, I'm not sure if this is going to work because I've never done this combination before. So I'm going to be making something like an alizarin crimson DecoArt with their media fluid acrylics. They don't have an alizarin crimson, so I'm going to be making one with quinacridone burnt orange, quinacridone magenta, and phthalo green blue. And this does turn out quite nice. The green just neutralizes it. The best alizarin crimson I have ever worked with is the Traditions. It's absolutely beautiful. Love that. And then over on the side over here, some phthalo blue. So I'll put some of that in here, then take some of the crimson mixture, pop that in here. So I'm just alternating. Ooh, this is drying already. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, so now I'm going to take the brush, I'm going to create some strokes in here. And take a baby wipe. Wet on wet. And oh. I shouldn't have overlapped it. Let's see what happens. Frickin' A! Look at that! Look at that! This is not what I was expecting. Oh, okay. Look at this. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I'm not touching it. So this lesson's going to be really short. I'm not touching it. I was hoping just to get it wet, not so much come up, and then I can take a paper towel and diffuse it. So I'm going to have to do another lesson. I'm going to change up the colors, though. I'm going to make the colors, these ones here, more on the blue side. And, oh, look at that. Okay, lesson over. So what'd you think? Okay, there was still about 10 minutes worth of work, but I'm not touching this. I'm not touching this. So super happy, unexpected, not even an accident, but so let me know what you think. Is that what you expected, what was going to happen with that? I can see the lines here where the paper towel overlapped right there. See that? Not worried about, not even touching it. I'm not worried about it. But I like to hear some stories of if you've worked with metallic paints, layering with acrylics and different things that you've done by adding and removing. Share your comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you found this highly entertaining. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Also, even more important, hop on over to artplace.ca. Subscribe to the Creative Insider, where I send out weekly emails of the live streams and free tutorials and all that stuff. then don't forget to join the private Facebook group because that's where I actually do the live streams. But yeah, so I'm probably going to leave the paint on the palette, changing up the crimson. I'm going to use a bit more blue. I'm going to probably bring in some ultramarine blue for another lesson. And yeah, this is gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. You can see the H for the Huggies. That's the baby wipe I'm using, the Huggies. That's adorable. What if you use like an onion bag? Onion bag and then paper towel on top. There's another idea. Alrighty, I'm going to clean up and I'm going to do another lesson. Alright, so until I see you there, stay inspired. This is really nice.